Welcome back to the second map between FURIA and Syman. It is, of course, Inferno coming up next. We just had Syman take what some would call maybe an upset victory, but you can't look at it in just that way. It's only one map of a series, and there's still two more potentially to go if FURIA would have their way. They did certainly look down and out on Train, though. What are your thoughts coming into the second map?
I'm really hoping we can see a recovery, right? I want this to go 3 maps. And I feel like, considering the context, considering the map that we're heading to, the fact that it's a good map for FURIA, one that Syman have been struggling on, I feel like now this is all the ingredients for them to make this comeback happen on our recipe list. Now they've just got to do the method, you know, they've got to make the cake.
Exactly. And how do you make a cake, Harry?
Some milk, some eggs, whack it in an oven, 200 degrees centigrade.
Is it just milk and eggs? That's all you need. Nothing else. Just mix it all together.
200 degrees centigrade for half an hour.
You're a chef.
You end up with a nice, fluffy cream caramel.
Really? With just milk and egg? That's incredible. I need to try that myself. Either way, we do have that GT Force game right now in overtime as this game. Well, it's not overtime yet, Harry, but it's certainly at least entertaining. It's certainly keeping our eyes peeled as we head over to Inferno. This is statistically not a good map for Syman. It's a map they've already fallen 16-4 on just yesterday to NRG from the Americas Minor, and of course one that FURIA are more than frequently playing right now. So, you know, a hard map, if you're not good at Inferno, it's not like you can just clinch a win here for free. You know, they certainly look prepared on Train. But this is where I really imagine things should level out and bring us to a third.
Yeah, you know, I just think as well, like, the fact that you're able to get 14-16 versus North on this map, that was a game that looked like it was going to go to overtime just the other day, right? When we saw them play versus North back on Train. Yeah. To me, that like screamed, okay, this is a Train team. This is a team that really wants to be getting onto this map. And so the fact that they get that as their first pick, it didn't really surprise me when Syman looked so strong on it, because they have been looking so strong on it all tournament long. Meanwhile, Inferno, a completely different story. I feel like this is one that FURIA, truthfully, I think that they should just come into this and take a hard W. I'm talking like a bit of a beating. Yeah,
I mean, if FURIA don't win this, they're going home. And I would say if FURIA don't win this and go home, that's kind of deserved. You know, you can't drop this map in this best of 3 when your tournament elimination life is up on the line. That was put awfully. But what remains, Harry, is a sentiment that FURIA need to win this map. They need to take it to Overpass as a third, because then even moving into Overpass, you know, that's a level playing field. That's a map they are not only favored on, but also, you know, they're still the favorites in the series overall. Syman may have surprised and impressed us here on Train, but how much longer will that go on? So it's all up for question, really. Strafe users on the Strafe Esports app, which you can download now on any mobile device, are leaning in the way of FURIA, 81%. And I don't blame them. Even those GG bet odds still look good for the Brazilian boys, and they're here to prove us why.
Most definitely, and that's the thing as well to bear in mind. This FURIA squad, the other reason why winning this map is just so important to keep themselves here is, you know, even if you don't make the new legend stages, I feel like FURIA were definitely hoping to coming into this event. But even if you don't want to be, you know, just getting like wrecked by Syman Gaming in your 1-2 game, and then that's how you end up getting eliminated. Exactly. When you're a team that's been on the meteoric rise that FURIA have been, you want to make a statement here at the major challenges. Kiaz over at Banana has 2 players nearby to support him. Raining Death down. It actually is going to be Art to smite the first man from the tally. Kneel it in with a response. Now all the kills come in. If you blinked, you probably missed it because... yeah, there's only Yuri and AbleJ left, and the bomb is under full control of Syman Gaming right now. Yeah,
they're just trying to kill the players on the A site so they can go back to the bomb. They know they've got them pinched into the pit. AbleJ, though, getting dinked, trying to strafe out to long. He'll be found by Torek. And Neelan's actually going to give it the bomb here. I like that decision here. Just fall back. You've got both bomb sites on lockdown. You know Yuri is lurking around the middle portion. And, you know, Neelan's still spotting. He's still got that information. Yeah. He can give it up. He can fall back, call for a rotate if needed, and maybe just hit the headshot instead. That'll work. That'll do the job, Harry, and that he does.
Yeah, that was not how I imagined that was going to play out. I do really like that from Nealon though. You were bang on, right? Like he knows he's the only thing stopping that bomb from getting into B. He doesn't want to give the bomb up completely because then you have to play 2 players on one side, 1 on the other. The odds are, or you set up for a retake, and you would leave that in a very doable situation for a guy like Yuri. He instead just falls back towards top banana, holds it very, very passively, gets the kill anyway, but I think the idea more so there was just that you can watch to see if he gets the bomb and then call for rotations.
Look at this buy.
Yeah, just MP9s, only Glocks for Furia, so really this is the perfect time to full MP9 if you are Syman.
Yeah, it's going to screw you over in the upcoming round. I mean, they're going to run bonus. I mean, not necessarily screw you over. You could find success with them, but it's going to mean you have your work cut out for you when Furia get guns. But this should be a slaughter, Harry. This should be nice and easy. Perfecto with 2. Torek and Ramzik will also make some money here. It's not just a one-man army, and Torek looks to finish the last one off. Just jumping as he was on train with that MP9. Nice flawless round here from Syman. Nothing out of the ordinary, really. But this is where things need to go extraordinary for Furia. Guns are coming in round number 3, and they're only up against SMGs. This is where I want 5 MP9s. You should not upgrade any guns here.
You know what I would love? 5 MP9s, and you just play aggro.
Yes.
Go. Like
take banana.
Yeah. Take banana. Let's go. Or, rush mid. It wouldn't surprise me if we see these MP9s try and get into these aggressive footholds. You've got full utility as well if you're Syman. You can look to just blanket some of these areas with that and use that to give yourself like a bit of a shroud to push in behind it. Oh, the nades. It's been ruined. And the MP9s follow up. Hugo, we're bang on. It's the mid push and the banana push in tandem, in unison. 3 players down through banana. The MP9's trying to close the distance. Yuri is somehow still fighting. Stop going into the little tunnel because the Goblin Man is there and he's cutting you down. It's Nealon left up in the 1v2.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, he just dodged it, and now he knows where Able J is as well, but he just missed him getting up long. He's heard this bomb rotating in through second middle, but he won't be able to cut it off in time. This is still winnable, but it's not looking good. Able J might even catch the timing. If Nealon makes a shred of noise, he'll get peeked. K-Serato sticking the bomb, and oh dear. Nealon has a 1v1, but it's going to be communicated that Nealon could be here. Able J is not watching anything. He's watching that B rotate, and this is a great off angle. K-Serato needs 1 bullet, and Nealon spraying and praying, trying to do the flusher. It will not work out. It's going to be Furia finding their first round. Still, though, as expected, Harry, MP9s, 3 kills. They make it interesting. They whittle away the economy, and they have enough money for a full buy here. That's not a problem for Syman.
No, yeah, I think you're set up very, very nicely now if you're Syman, because for every one of those kills, you're getting $600. Remember that as well. You've also taken 1 notch off of that loss bonus tally for Furia. And so with only 2 players surviving, if you win this next round as Syman Gaming, they're on eco in the follow-up. So you've actually poised yourself pretty well to succeed. Now, likewise, same can be said for Furia. There's full investments for either side in this round. It becomes a very, very important one early on in the game, at kind of establishing who gets that early run of dominance. Yuri getting tagged over in top mid. Flashes for Art to take that peek, and that will get Torek off the angle. So a bit of a foothold getting taken here as Furia run this default.
AWP smoked off at long right now. This double B setup might be where it all ends as that bomb goes back and through banana. It's actually getting dropped, so these players definitely want to sell somewhat of an A fake. That seems to be the call for Furia. Push these CTs back, but I mean, Syman were already playing pretty damn passive as it is. They want this play to end up on B. Ramzik has a pretty fast rotation, but the thing is he can't leave just yet. He needs to know this is a B play, because otherwise Archway is going to be completely open for business because of this passive mid setup. Syman don't have the info. Smokes over towards B, and Molly's to follow. If they get down a new box Molly, then this setup will be ruined, but luckily that won't come through. Running through the spawn is Vinny. Oh, Ramzik getting caught in rotation. Double setup still on the site for 30 seconds as Furia begin to wrap the coffins coming in through Ruin side. That smoke actually works out for Kios and Co. They can play behind it, but it's still a 1v1, and that's not what they wanted. The smoke comes down too late. Art is there with the trade, and Torek, even though he holds strong from the CT spawn, it's a man disadvantage for Syman. 15 seconds, they need this plant.
Yeah, that bomb plant does have to come in, and they tag up Torek.
Oh, no.
Oh, they got to get it. K-Serato just going to get this bomb down with a second to spare. Torek retrieving the AWP 1v3, is he even going to attempt this? I mean, I don't think he wants to, but the problem is...
he knows he's being held.
And he's very much trapped in this little corner right now.
He's just trying to wait until it seems like he's saved, and then he's going to try and escape. But they don't believe it, Harry. They're not falling for this one.
Yeah, look.
Oh, knows it.
Oh, you
love it.
Little devil, man. You could see him sneaking up with the knife out, and everyone else is just looking at the corner. Because they know, like, even if Art dies there, the odds are he's going to move the second a crazy guy with a karambit leaps around the corner.
That's amazing. So ready for him to be locked in. Oh, the barrel.
The barrel.
Oh, his worst enemy.
Yeah. Sometimes it's better to be smaller. 2-2,
Size
and
does
now
matter.
Syman nades out. Let's see if the nade stack works again, because it was able to get them a kill a few rounds ago.
Yeah, not anymore. Art's holding for it, and he will just absolutely shred these kids. Quick round. Blink and you miss it, Harry. FURIA back in the lead here on the T side as well. That's most important. The money... not perfect. Syman would have really liked some kills to get some return on investment there from their grenades, because 4,300 per player, really. It's fine. You can get it. Guns that you can get it by, but you're not going to be, you know, chock full of utility or kits or even that AWP that was so effective back on train. Gonna have to wait some time for that. That being said, if you win this round, it's all worth it. You know, you get free guns. And FURIA yet to run their own AWP. They like to keep this pace nice and fast. And the MAC-10 is in play for Able J. Considering 4 players don't have head armor on the side of Syman, this could be a problem. But already, Torek is the problem, pushing up into second mid. And with the help of the flashbang plus the spray from Perfecto, it will be Syman getting away with a 2-man advantage.
And now it's looking like it could just be a... commitment into this B bomb site. Neelan's only going to get one. Keserato doubling up, but he's really come into his own since the kind of end of that train game. It really feels like we've seen him start to warm up, and the Keserato that we wanted to see arriving in the server, he's on 2 in this round. He's going to have to put up a couple more, almost definitely, if FURIA want to hold on to this. Only 11 points of health. Both players here for FURIA have Molotovs, important to note. So with no kits left up for Syman, these Molotovs could come in so handy. Vinny and Keserato, they might have done it. It's only Kios left standing. If he doesn't get on that bomb now, this is over. And that Molotov raiding in has sealed his fate. FURIA 4-2. Going down into a 3v5 off the bat. And a 2v4 post plant going the way of FURIA. Stellar stuff from Vinny and Keserato to make that happen. Yeah,
excellent work. And this is showing the expertise of FURIA on this map, right? They are just so comfortable. They just know exactly, you know, what to do. And there's only so much you can do as a CT to really catch people off. Train has a lot more options as you know, getting aggressive and repositioning and flanking that Syman was showing us so much on that previous map. On the CT side, it's always going to be predictable of Inferno, because there's only so many avenues of attack, and FURIA know all about them. Vinny even getting the pick into this round. Syman on pistols, and this is where they're really waiting for that loss bonus to build. Great shot. Neelan going to catch a timing as Art is throwing a smoke in middle. He actually smokes himself off. No, not like this, Harry. They can't afford to throw away a round. We're losing all these 1v1s. There's no flashbangs. There's no trades here from FURIA. They're just walking into middle, and they are paying the price. 2-on-4 again. Will they do it once more?
Yeah, it's the same too. Keserato and Vinny, but this time it's already been halved on down. Keserato, 66 points of health. Now left up in this 1v4, and all eyes on him. His teammates watching from beyond the grave as they watch this mastermind attempt to navigate treacherous waters now. Lining up that Molotov for Nubox. He's using it to try and force the engagement of this player out into the open, but Neelan whittling him down from coffins cements that round. Weapons retrieved, and once again, it's the pistols for Syman reaping rewards as they get free upgrades almost across the board in that round.
That's just very much FURIA getting ahead of themselves, right? Like just, oh, we'll go for this trade. Let's get this kill in mid. Oh, wait, there are 3 players in mid with Deagles, and they're all just spamming left click. Also, when Art dies, he drops that smoke because he was throwing it towards long or short. So, you know, that smoke actually cuts off the line of sight from FURIA. They can't trade in middle, and that allows Syman to freely peek close mid and kill those, you know, re-peeking Ts. Very unfortunate occurrence of events, but such is life, and Syman do have weaponry to play with now. They've got full guns, no AWP, and Art's taking his up top banana. This could be the change that FURIA needed. Oh, what an off angle.
Yeah. Art was not ready for that. I like the idea. Was not expecting Neelan to be holding seemingly the perfect angle to counteract that. Kios actually through the smoke, gonna make matters even worse for FURIA here. And now, I mean, with 2 players grouped up over at top banana, yeah, you've got this tiny foothold on the map, but you've got nothing elsewhere. Able J is still in top mid, and he will throw that smoke down towards Arch side. That keeps Toric blocked off and forces that rotation from Ramzik into the A-bomb site. Still, though, walking into a 3-on-3 here, FURIA up.
Yeah, Ramzik's first point of contact, though. Oh, miss spray. Able J goes back for more. Gets a dink. Perfecto up above. Drops one. He can fall into the pit and just stall this for as long as possible. Waiting for these Ts to get caught by the rotates. Toric finding another kill from the flank. And Yuri, he's going to get pushed from behind. Does catch that frag. Nice shot. It's a 1-on-4, Harry. It's 20 seconds. He's got to go in towards A. B's been locked down even so. And 20 seconds for him to do so. Does he even just want to save and look to the future? That might be a possible option here. Hoping he can get a kill from someone pushing, but Syman are only just getting down the bottom of banana now. This will not be around for FURIA. It's 4-4. Syman equaling it up here on the A site. And yeah, this is a rough save here for FURIA. I mean, look at the money. What do you even do at this point? You might even just have to force just to equal up your money. You've only got 2 loss bonus.
It wouldn't surprise me if they did, right? Because, yeah, as you say, if they lose this next round, they're getting 2,400. That means, I mean, admittedly, everyone could buy with the exception of... that was Yuri who just saved, right? Yeah, everyone can buy with the exception of Yuri in the following round, but they decide to take it here and now. I like that, right?
Makes sense.
It's early days. You redistribute everyone's money back onto the same page. You're getting 2,400 at the end of this, so you can still bring out P250s, etc. in the round after. And then if you lose that and you get 2,900, you can even get orbs. So yeah, I like the idea. I like the way that they've done this. They still have a good buy in this round. 3 rifles, a couple of... smoke grenades. You can definitely look to throw in maybe a B set piece here, right? The one problem is they just haven't been winning these engagements at B, right? In these last few rounds, since the utility's been there, since the rifles have been out, Syman Gaming have had a real beat on this B bomb site.
Well, yeah, in addition, even if FURIA go for an execute here, I will not be surprised if they just get mowed by Kios and Neelan, because they have no flashbangs. So Kios and Neelan are going to be able to hold their angles. And assuming that this Molotov doesn't force one of them out of position, this should be absolutely fine for Syman, right?
That's what I was going to say. You really need to get a lot of worth out of this one Molotov. And so if they decide to throw it onto New Box, well, you need to hope, firstly, that it's not one of these ones that misses the boost. And this one... Actually, it's a smoke that lands. Oh, okay, that was dropped by Neelan to extinguish the Molotov. Didn't spot him dropping it, but he's helped his teammate out. And now the rotation's coming in. This is just the mop-up for Syman.
Toric's rotates have been, perfect this game so far, right? Like, that round already in CT as the B play comes in. The previous round, he's wrapping short and flanking those players moving up towards the A site. He is really everywhere at the right time, constantly being a nuisance in the back line. And yeah, as you say, that smoke thrown out from Neelan saves Kios' life on that boost. He's able to get 2 kills from that position as well. And the molly certainly would have been a problem. The worst part about that boost is because you're locked in, you're crouched, it's very hard to get out of it. If a Molotov lands on you, you're probably dead a lot of the time.
I think important to know, I'm 90% sure he dropped the smoke before the Molotov even landed.
Oh, they knew it was coming.
Yeah, they read into that very, very well.
Ooh. I love that.
Neelan up on the half full, throw it over very, very quickly. Now, K-Serato is a bit of an unknown entity. The problem is, Neelan's already here, killing the rest of his teammates, and so K-Serato not able to find anything through that smoke. Kios just falling back, and Ramzik already set up in CT. FURIA just going to pump the brakes here, albeit briefly, grouping up to try and trade with the player in the bomb site. Ramzik from CT draws them in, and Kios finishes them off. Syman Gaming back in the lead now.
Just really strong rounds for them here. I'm surprised K-Serato gets nothing done from that position, but Syman were ready for the smoke push. I like that. I don't know if he meant to fall off the boost. I'd imagine it would be purpose, but at the same time, it's very risky. You're throwing yourself into banana rather than just a safe corner angle where you can fall off and go back towards B. even so, you know, regardless of whether it's purpose or not, he gets a lot of kills out of it. So Syman 6-4. This needs to be a win here for Furia. They need to get back on this T side. Fast B play, confidence, and Vinny gets a frag. It's a 1-for-1 trade. That will be worth it for Furia. They've not had many of these 1-for-1s.
So if you look at this right now, there was that immediate B play. They kill one, and so often the second this has happened, Torek or Ramzik has began a rotation, but Syman, they haven't fell for this, and instead they've actually pushed Kios down Banana. They know this is the A play. He's going to be coming in on that flank very, very quickly, and there's 3 players still up inside of the bomb site that Furia have to try and get past. They are slowly getting in. They're making progress. But it's still this 2-on-2, that Molotov trying to force Perfecto out of the pit, but it's missed its mark. Flash is good. Keiserato out on the balcony. Perfecto is not ready for that, and this leaves Kios, the lone B player, standing. Round goes the way of Furia.
The reason that's so sick there is because Art gets deep inside of the site. He kills Ramzik and then pushes round to Graveyard. From then, he's able to just go, slow down, guys, give me a sec, give me some room to work, and he gets 3 kills from it. Instead of just standing, you know, instead of just everyone pushing around him, he's able to make his team slow down so he can be the most effective, and he does get 3 kills from that round.
Yeah, tactical pause here for Furia. That's the thing, they get that round, but they know that it took a lot of individual prowess to make it happen, right? And it's very obvious if you're Furia now, looking back, now that you're not in that round anymore, you can reflect on it in this tactical pause, you're going to realize they had everyone in the A bomb site. They knew exactly what we were doing. And so in a lot of ways, it did just come down to these big individual moments from Art and Keiserato to pick that round up. And so they take the tactical pause now to try and figure out how to properly exploit what they're running up against. Because that attempted B fake that they threw in, now they realize just didn't work a bit.
No, and it usually would. Like, a lot of teams are going to over-rotate off of losing 1 B pick, but very confident display from Syman to just commit to it. Flashing themselves back into B. Being met with utility though, and Yuri's meeting Torek in the apartments with a quick bullet to the head. It's a great pick for Furia. Finally, not just a 1-for-1 trade, but a man advantage secured. Ramzik's here with the orb. Able J gonna flash him off. Ramzik giving away the fact that he's got this big green gun in the apartments, and Furia might be a little more careful now in this spot. Ramzik's gonna reposition towards mid, but they're already through that Molotov. Oh, he can't see a thing. Neelan's on the corner, and he finds 2 headshots with a spray. Bomb dropped in his favor as well. He can just back up a little bit. Yuri moves in for the trade. Ramzik's here, but Yuri won't let him pass. And now Furia, they've got all 3 players wrapping that A bomb site. Perfecto dropping 1. He just has to stay alive.
He's trying to buy time, and he needs to buy as much of it as possible. Perfecto.
Oh,
Oh, he's dropped the bomb. He might buy more than time. He might lock in this round. Keiserato, 1v2, has to finish what Yuri started. And that bomb out in the open represents so many problems for Keiserato right now. He doesn't know the whereabouts of Kios. He knows he's the B-site player, but currently sat on the cart, Keiserato.
He reads
He's got the idea. He gets the spot there. So he knows where both players are, but Perfecto plays that to perfection. What a round. 3 kills from him down in the pit. The savior that Syman needed in that one. 7-5, a gut-wrenching round for Furia. Yuri doing so much in this one, and even then it's still not enough. 3 kills from him. An amazing sequence here at Long.
Predicts that AWP immediately, right? He knows Ramzik's been floating around middle, just shot apps, just shot mid. He's got to be long next position. Perfected with the drive-bys in pit as well, just keeping the attention for so long. That is just such a well-played round from him, and it's broken Furia once again. They're all too familiar territory of being on pistols, Harry. 5 rounds to their name. This isn't a bad half. This is fine. It's under construction right now, but you would hope they would get more than 10-5 at the end of things. However, this might not be that round. Smoke towards CT. It's looking like a full B exec. They are just trying to force out utility right now. They throw a smoke, but they don't do anything with it. That trades, you know, 1 for 1. Syman use a bit of their util, but they have 3 players here, Harry. So, you know, as a result, they have 2 smokes and a Molotov left. That molly goes out just in case, because there's no view here for Syman, but that wall smoke's been thrown down, and FURIA going to try and get in CT again. Great spray from Torek, getting 2. The trade is in, and they have a gun in CT, but they're not getting onto the site. Neelan waits here in the corner, and he's dropped the bomb again. Neelan just always good for these 2Ks. Serato alone again, but this one is less realistic than the last. Oh, dear.
Oh, and then just to add insult to injury, that is salt in the wound. Getting smoked off, finished there by Ramzik. I like the idea from FURIA. They throw that site smoke that blocks off the view from new box, pillar, oranges, and they try to wrap into CT, but it was the man upon the boost, Torek, just to spray them down.
One thing I would have liked to see there from FURIA is when you throw that wall smoke, it's very easy just to get baited into going, oh, let's peek pool or let's climb up top blue. Once they kill that player in CT spawn, they could have even, even wrapped the ruin side of things and waited for that smoke to fade and then go for a proper B play. I understand that that takes time, and by that point you're going to have rotates in your backline, but it's easier than peeking into Neelan. You know, he just has to watch pool. He just has to watch one angle from quad, and he wins both of the duels there. Headshot angles for Neelan, and he's all too good at that right now. 8-5, and FURIA back in with guns again, but 2 rounds left of the half, Harry. If they lose this, they're on eco for the last, and this could be a 10-5 before you know it.
That's the presence in alt mid, and Ramzik about to spot that. Yeah, just missing the timing. Looked like that was where we were going to see our first proper engagement come in this round.
I think that was one of those shots where it's like you click, but you quick switch, and you quick switch before you click, because your brain's working at 1,000 miles an hour.
Ramzik knows he's got to get out of danger. Torek is annihilated over at long. And Ramzik, okay, he takes one down with him, but once again, Perfecto in pit. He has been so damn good in this position. But them catching Neelan, rotating up Banana, and then finishing Perfecto with the Molotov, that should be this round sealed. It's only Kiar's left. And as good as he's been for multi-kills, a 1v4 with bomb planted and post-plant solidified does feel like far too much to ask.
It just doesn't make sense to go for this. I think he was looking for the AWP and the smoke, because that's where Ramzik died, but it hasn't been picked up. I don't know exactly if it's still in that smoke, but maybe he's expecting players close by. It would have been nice to see him go to grab that, but the reason FURIA don't own it currently is because the pace was so fast, right? You see Serato just run round long, hard clear that cubby, knowing it's a bait, instant re-peek onto Ramzik, getting the trade on Yuri, and they just fast-paced out a site. So I imagine Syman think the AWP is secured, but it is far from that, and I don't think FURIA are going to get it this round. It's going to get blown in CT spawn, and no one is there to grab it, so that's unfortunate. That's gone. And that won't be reinvested in by either side here, I don't think. But either way, it is going to be a round for FURIA that they needed more than anything. 6 on the T side, and Syman pausing for the last round of the half makes a lot of sense. You want to lock in this 9-6 if you can, rather than an 8-7. 8-7, now that's a damn good T side if FURIA can muster it.
Yeah, and one thing I think it's important to realize here is, you know, man who was the top performer, or one of them for Syman back on train, Ramzik, currently sitting bottom of the board here on Inferno. We've seen him miss a couple of sitters with the AWP, and I mean, admittedly, right, he hasn't had the easiest time. I think he's been playing the A bomb site. You can just tell by the kill distribution where a lot of these plays have been coming in. It's Torek, the man playing that rotation between A and B, up near the top of the board. Neelan as well, the dedicated B bomb site player who resides up at that end. This time, here's a big change. Neelan's actually headed over towards mid. Ramzik, they're looking to set him up on Banana with the AWP.
No armor, though, so he's got to be very cautious considering he's a solo player. And he also doesn't have a utility. Luckily enough, it's looking like an A play, so this AWP probably won't even play into the round, to be perfectly honest. Especially with the pace that FURIA like to set. You know, it's going to be Hey, after all, with all 5 players, there's the smoke. Neelan's in the archway. Nade goes through. That should be good. The spam is as well, but it's better from Art. In through the smoke. Pre-fires Neelan, and he actually backs off. Neelan going to re-aggress a little bit, but Art spotted him. Doesn't matter. Neelan wins a fight. 4 on 3. Still in the pit is Perfecto. Of course he is. He's dropped the bomb, and he has a crossfire with Torek. Doesn't need it. Finds a double. And again, Keserato, he's always left in these clutches. Sometimes finds success. Will this be one of them?
There's just so many crossfires for him to try and peek into. The 9th round goes the way of Syman. As the penny dropping a little too late about that rotation from Torek and the fact that you had Neelan as well in that bomb site. So many players there. A 4 stack that FURIA just cannot break down. 9-6 at the end of the first half. Still split right down the middle. Still very much feels like this is anybody's game. FURIA's CT side coming up next. They have to make this comeback happen if they want redemption here at the Major. So find out if they can get it done. We're going to take a very, very quick break and we'll be back with that second half.
(9-6) at halftime in favor of Syman Gaming here. They are sitting a map up in the series and favoring in the second over FURIA. That being said, 9-round CT Inferno is pretty run-of-the-mill, so it wouldn't seem like FURIA are out for the count just yet. They are still in the boxing ring and looking to make a return here on the CT side.
Yeah, and we need to see it now more than ever. We need to see the FURIA that we've been waiting for all Major long. Dulbaret is over in the hands of Art.
Oh.
Now they're out the hands of Art. Yuri over in top mid. Backing away. Getting pressured all the way down into pit. He really does have to come into his own now, and Kios getting that trade so quickly. The A bomb site has already crumbled, and FURIA 3v4 in the retake. They really wanted this pistol round to propel themselves back into this game, and now it looks like it could elude them. 3 players left standing, all 3 coming in from shore and apartments, and Able J's made this possible now.
Yeah, Nade in the pit won't make a difference. Smoke as well. There's no one that side. They're all on the site. They're all waiting for the push, rather, and Perfecto will hit a shot. This smoke is actually making things harder for FURIA rather than easy. Keserato, he cannot find a clean angle. He's being clouded. His vision gone, and his life on the edge, but he finds the ball!
My God!
Oh, no! There's no time. That is unbelievable.
What in God's name was that from Keserato?
That's just the metaphor for this game. Like, no matter how much Keserato does, he still can't win a round.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at this. Bam, bam,
It's just
bam.
that he shouldn't win those. You don't win them. I mean, he didn't. So I guess I'm right, but it's like he shouldn't be getting 3 kills there, ever.
That's actually despicable. Oh, God. I'm out. I'm done. I'm going home. This is obscene, Harry. 10-6. I love that mid push from Syman. And I love the mid hold from Ramzik. He just kills Keserato at the start of the round. The scout peek down mid gets a dome. bullet to the face, a headshot, and Vinny, he wants similar situations, but instead he only gets tags. He finds damage onto these banana players. The utility is certainly helpful. Able J's nade would be fantastic here in banana, but unfortunately he's up on A. However, these players are leaving B. Flash has forced Vinny back, and they keep Yuri in rotation, so it's a 2-2 setup. This is the right call for Syman to go back to A, at least right now. Art secured that scout. And Able J just chilling pit side. Syman Gaming walking up mid. They still have Kios holding on to banana for information, but now FURIA have made the right adjustment. They put 3 players on this A site. They've swapped some guns over, and they're ready for the push.
Able J, there's one. These Deegs can get dangerous. We've seen it happen before, but they're able to quell this this Deeg trio before it gets a little too out of hand over at the A bomb site for Vinny. He's just going to save, hold on to that Deeg and armor, gives him a little bit to work with in the following round. 11-6 lead now for Syman Gaming. 3 players staying alive at that. Curious if we might even see one of these MAC 10 players migrate onto that scout, but I mean, with an eco coming up next, I guess you want the kill bonus from those SMGs. Regardless, 11-7, and there's another round that should really be going Syman's way before we see the buy come in for FURIA, right? At that point, 12-6 before the first buy is on the cards. That's a grim situation to be in. By no means impossible, but you've not made this easy for yourselves if you're FURIA.
No.
That said, they love a challenge.
But is this too much of a challenge, Harry? That's the question on our minds right now. They're down a map. This is their pick. This is a map that they are considerably better than Syman at least in history. But I guess that's not proving to be the case right now. And, you know, the pistol round, that could have been their resurgence. If anything, it's gone against them. 11-6. We are reaching the end of this run for FURIA unless they can start to find CT rifle rounds. But yeah, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's wait till they get those guns because we are yet to see buy rounds in the second half. It's just a shame they're coming so late. Ooh, Vinny standing on the firing line. That'll be the trade that Syman wanted from that immediate B pick. And now it seems that Syman is just going to execute into this B site. Rotate is there for Able J, but at this point with USPs, very minimal difference will be made.
Oh, Serato knows, yeah, that's the problem with the aim punch there. Even though he gets kneeling down at 29 HP and one shot is all that is required, his crosshair is in the sky. And it will be that 12-6 scoreline, as prophesized.
Ooh. Come on, Ramzik. That one on your head. Bit of a boost, double peak. But Art just wrapped all the way round. See, you're allowed to do this in a pro game, but you're not allowed to do this in a pug. If you're 4 HP, just go die.
Yeah.
That means that he has a Zeus, so he can just hold on to this little goblin position. I don't think the bomb will do 4 damage here to him. He should just be fine. It's a coffin plant, so not that that makes a difference. He's not really saving anything of value. Saving a Zeus, Harry.
Yeah, and I like the way Syman end that round as well. They don't just go hunting some USP fella, right? They're like, you know what? If he wants it, he can have it. You know, we're just going to exit where we know it's safe. They all fall back in through the bomb site, saving CT, keep 4 players alive. Syman playing this, playing for the long con here.
Yeah.
Keeping that money in good standing. I'm wondering if we're going to see an upgrade onto the AWP for the likes of Ramzik. Obviously, he's over on that T side, and that's been pretty quiet all game long. So I find it more likely he does just keep the Krieg out. The Krieg has really bridged the gap, I think, for like T-side AWPing on a map like Inferno. You can still have your AWPer in good standing with a scoped rifle, but one that's maybe a bit better suited, you know, the medium to long ranges on Inferno, along with some of the close angles.
There we go.
No, he actually has got the AWP. It's been thrown over to him. Interesting. So we get to see immediately, round 19, an AWP duel between Yuri and Ramzik.
Yeah, interesting to see Yuri taking this. Is it off spawn? I can imagine it is a mid-peak.
He's got the mid spawn.
Art is on B, so that's in Yuri's hands all round. Jump cross, he gets the info. He knows Ramzik's scoped up. He probably won't go back in for that immediately, at least. I like this angle. Holding the walk up. It might be checked though. Ramzik, oh, he's getting too late to the party. He had his weapon switch going. And Yuri faster on the trigger. It's a pick for FURIA in a crucial round that could decide their tournament lifeline, Harry, or decide their tournament life, rather. If they lose this round, it's likely they are out of the tournament in just the next few. This is the best buy they're going to get. And at least they're making something of it. One-man advantage, utility ready to throw down on B once Vinny spots some terrorists. And he will, because there's 4 coming up Banana right now, ready to go for this full execute. This, I imagine, will be a commitment.
Vinny fully blind, and he's still finding kills. They're running into the stream of bullets, and they're feeding the beast in the bomb site. Perfecto doubling up with 2 of his own, and now that bomb still down and out of the open. He could definitely look to retrieve it, however. Re-smoking CT. A 1v3 required here. This man has had a couple of big moments today for Syman. He'll tap that bomb, tries to bait Serato into the peak. Couple of footsteps being made. Do give up that this is not the stick. Now dropping that smoke in the site allows him to get the bomb down.
Ooh.
Drops down into pool. They'll be able to see his feet from Banana, and Abel J gets rid of him. I don't think he wanted to completely drop off. It looked like he was just trying to hold over the top of the smoke, but the second he falls, he kind of has to commit to it then.
Yeah, he wanted a little one-way, but by that point, the second he drops, you know, he realizes it and he tries to shoot with the drop, but he shoots too late. Like, I've dropped, I'm not here, guys. I'm just shooting bullets at the ground. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but he gets 2 kills, he gets a plant, and that's kind of all you can really ask for if you're Syman there. It was a nice round for FURIA, finally locking something in. And this could be the start of something, Harry. CT side, their first round on it. A rifle round 1, and no AWP here for Ramzik either. That being said, he did lose the AWP battle last round, and Yuri is continuing to take this AWP. It's no longer just a spawn thing, although he has got it again. He will go for that mid face. No one fighting here for Syman. They want to give it up. Give some respect away of FURIA here. Ooh, close. Look at this apartments call right now. This has been a position FURIA have neglected somewhat. They're watching the apartments walk out, but not interior. So 3 players there with a bomb. This could get spicy. Yuri's waiting for that boiler peak. Molotov down into middle, and here comes some utility. Here comes the cavalry. Timing shot. How does that not connect? There were so many players. Abel J going to have to drop off. He has to fall back. Serato hiding in the graveyard, but the Molotov forces him into the open. He takes down 1 at least. Abel J has a crossfire, though, and things are still looking hard for Syman to get into the site despite the advantage.
Yeah, Vinny and Abel J, they could do it all right now. That smoke falling in the bomb site, and now Abel J making his presence known. They found Art over in CT, so the bomb is rotating away. They're trying to hit B, but the problem is Vinny might beat them to it. They line up, but he doesn't quite get the kill. Kios, a massive frag. That right there has changed this entire round. If Vinny's able to swing wide and they're both running into CT, or if Kios misses that shot and the bomb gets dropped, that round is likely over. Abel J now 1v3. He hasn't left the A bomb site, and I don't think he's going to. 13th round for Syman Gaming. Money's in an awkward spot now for the Brazilian squad. And Abel J might not even get away with this AWP. He's getting hunted, and hot on his heels is Neelan. Oh dear. It's happening.
Right behind you.
He's behind you, Abel J. God.
I always wonder, if you're a player in that situation, why don't you go for the knife, right? Because I feel like I would right there. You know, he's got his back turned. He's not moving. He's holding an angle. Yeah, okay, obviously you could just get timed. You pull out the knife, you get peeked, whatever. But is it a respect thing? Is that rude? I guess a little bit, but also $1,500. Not that they need it, that being said. 13-7
Plus, not to mention, mate, Art knifed one of them to death in like round number 5.
Yeah,
so
you know, I would have gone for the knife there personally, you know. But that being said, I think there's a lot of question marks after certain knives lost certain best players in the world, certain games. Who knows though? I wouldn't have any opinion on that. Oh, Torek. I mean, this guy. You know, the first Azerbaijani player to attend a minor, and now in this case a major. really put his team on the map when he played in the CIS minor batting Katowice earlier this year for Syman. And that was, of course, you know, Neelan, Perfecto, and Torek. It also had Sanji, who's also playing at this major for Avantgarde now. So great changes there.
And that version of the roster, if I'm not mistaken, had iDisbalancing, who were one of the teams that Syman had to then get over.
Yeah.
Team Spirit, obviously, in order to get to this point here. So
pretty cool.
Yeah. I like all the history with this crew. Yeah. I like the decisions that they've made, because this new look Syman is looking incredible.
Yeah, so strong. They're about to knock Furia out, Harry. It's 14-7 right now, 2 rounds away. Well, assuming KSRATA doesn't get a 1v5, but that being said, maybe I shouldn't count him out. But Torek getting flashed in. That's a gun gifted. KSRATA, does he just take the bait and run away? He might opt to do so. The nades are flying in. He just wants to at least make his KD look a little prettier here. Because right now, it's not like they can't buy it in the follow-up round. They're going to have full guns, so KSRATA may as well hang around and look for some exits, get some frags, take some money away, but he's being pushed from all positions, and his escape route cut off on B. They know it. They know he's here. They're coming from CT spawn as well. Kios is waiting for the right time to strike in Library, and there it is, KSRATA with 1. Surely no more than that. Ramsix creeping into the angle, and he's got the shot before the flash goes off. It's another round for the likes of Syman. And only 2 rounds away from taking a 2-2 spot, Harry. That's 1 best of 3 away from getting to the new Legends stage. This is a team that many had as their 0-3 pick'em, and you cannot say that they haven't earned these wins.
I mean, definitely not, right? FURIA, ranked 9 team in the world right now. One of the favorites to get out of the Challenger stage and into the new Legends stage. A team that's been on an astronomical rise. And so many people had them pegged to do exactly that. And that's the thing. I mean, when INTZ lost, we all know how passionate the Brazilians are. It was very sombering to see them after that, you know, red in the face. They all looked like they'd been tearing up a little bit, or not all of them, but a good few. And it was all very sad, right? INTZ was a team that we didn't really have many expectations of, and I still found, you know, a lot of people sympathizing with them. FURIA is a team that we expected a lot from.
Oh, no.
What a way to lose the man advantage in this round. Vinny getting burnt out over at top banana.
That was a molly that didn't immediately burn him, so he got stuck in a full sense of security. He thought he was safe there, and then it started to spread, and by that point, it's reached such a distance he can't get out. He can't go anywhere but down, and he had no smoke to extinguish it. Look at this gamble from FURIA. What a huge call to make, and I love this, honestly. You're down 14-7, you've got to do something crazy, but it might not be the right call, Harry. They've fully set up on A with 4 players, and Syman have not left the B banana. They're walking up there with the bomb. FURIA are hoping that after Syman found this pick, they go back, because it's more common that you see a rotate into B and you see a 2-2 setup. That is not the case. And yeah, FURIA may be realizing the pennies dropped. They're reconsidering their rotation. They've got to go back in towards B.
The timing might be there, though, here, Hugo. They might have just timed this right. Yeah. I love these calls from FURIA. As you say, at this point, they've got nothing to lose, right? They're staring down the barrel of elimination. So in the last-ditch attempt, they stack all their players at A and now try and rotate into this B bomb site. Abel, J, Yuri, all that remained. And now it is just 2. They back off. And a gut-wrenching moment here for FURIA as they have to concede map, series, elimination point to their opponent. 15-7 now. 8 rounds in a row required for FURIA if they want to take this to overtime.
The worst part is you're right, you know, they got the timing somewhat, but also not enough to set up within the site, maybe get some boosts going, you know, get people inside of B behind Dark and in U-Box. They just got to CT spawn, but considering, you know, they had not a single bit of utility in that situation, it's not like they can flash through the smoke and actually have a run for that round. They were just out of it. And you know, I still think they made the right call, or not necessarily the right call, but I can see the justification behind the rotation there. You know, that you lose a player, you're hoping that Syman slow it down and rotate because Syman want to walk into 2 players on A rather than 2 players on B because it's just a choke point. And unfortunately, Syman, they just hold their own. They throw some nades towards A, sell a bit of a fake, and then fully commit towards B. And that will be 15, Harry. That will be 1 round away here. We thought that, you know, Train was dominant. We thought that, you know, okay, right, Syman, of course they're going to take the map pick. Well, this is FURIA's map pick. This is where they should have shown up. And, Harry, they have even less rounds to their name right now.
Change of pace in this round. They've got that AWP in Art's hands, and he's got aggressive into the apartments. Missed shot the first time around. Now falling back.
Oh, no.
Two players here, they're very dedicated. It's just a swarm of Syman up in the apartments. Perfecto and Ramzik doubling up the A-bomb site under Syman control. Torek deleting Yuri. It's Vinny and Keserato, the two B players, the two players that have had highlight moments in this game left up to try and keep this dream alive for Furia, keep the major dream burning, but it doesn't look like it's going to. Keserato's put down, and Torek solidifies it. Syman Gaming, they move on to that 2-2 group, and they will keep on fighting here at the StarLadder Major in Berlin. The Furia, their time here draws to a close. They leave with a 3-1 record, and ultimately feeling a little crushed after that one, I can imagine.
It does feel appropriate that it's a StarLadder Major where, you know, the CIS teams start to have even more success than we think is possible, Harry. We always talk about the Win Strikes, the Vegas Squadrons. These guys have done so well. Well, now we finally have a major where fours are banging everyone, Dream Eaters are up there, and now Syman 2-2, a team that, well, not everyone, but a lot of people put us at 0-3, really. You know, alongside Dream Eaters, the CIS teams, they always, you know, seem to be put as the 0-3s, and they always surprise us here, impress us, and that's exactly what they've done, knocking out, as you say, the number 9 team in the world right now, Furia, gone, dusted, removed, out of the tournament. And Syman, they live to fight another game.
And the thing that's just so impressive with this Syman Gaming roster is it doesn't feel like these wins are coming on the back of flukes. They're playing such good Counter-Strike. Like, that they've got a 3-man firepower core that's stepping up every game, even if there are players falling a little bit quiet. But for the most part, it seems pretty equal.
Someone's always making up for
like
it.
The kill distribution is always pretty tight. Like, that game was probably the widest one that we've seen from them, and it was just because Ramzik kind of bottomed out. But he didn't really need to do anything with Neil and Torek and Perfecto both putting up numbers like that. I'm kind of lost for words. I really didn't think Syman Gaming could come into the major and show such a stark improvement if you think back as well to how the old iteration of this squad looked in Katowice.
Not even just that, but even to the minors.
Even in the minors, yeah. They must have gone away from those minors and practiced non-stop because they're looking so damn good.
Yeah, they look hungry to go, and they might just have their plate full, Harry. It's one more best of 3 that separates them from that new Legends stage. Not a position that I expected this team to be in, but one that I cannot say is you know, duly noted and earned well by this team. As you can see, the 3rd eliminated team from this major so far, it's Furia going down in place number 14, whereas in number 9 right now, Syman sits 2-2. We do have G2 and 4s battling out right now to see who will be the 3rd team to go through to the next stage, and that is in, of course, Harry, triple overtime, as you would all expect, or quad overtime, whatever that is. It's a lot of numbers on my screen, and yeah, it's still going, so keep your eyes on that as well. And of course, that's only our first best of 3 of the day done.
Yeah, I mean, we've got more Counter-Strike coming up, right? Obviously, you can see we're going to be doing over here the Complexity Greyhound game. That's our stream schedule, followed by Vitality Hellraisers here on the secondary stream. And as Hugo said, on the main stream right now, there is that G2-4s game. I'm pretty sure that map 1 did just end. So that one, I imagine now is cutting over to the analyst desk. If we want to see them break it down, if you missed it, that is the perfect time to tune in and find out what you missed.
And also set yourself up for that second map of Inferno. You know, our game of Inferno maybe not as tight as we would have hoped, but with the overtimes that some of these games have been showing us in the major so far, I'm sure G2-4s will be quite a fight, quite a battle. Because G2, I mean, that's a team that has really impressed us as well in the major. They've looked really good so far. Again, you know, Shocks coming alive. And frankly, the old G2 looking like shining through. Some of the resurgence of some of these old players, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah, no, it's very, very interesting what's going on here on the main stream and over here on the secondary stream. We do have more Counter-Strike coming up. We're going to cut to a very, very quick break, give the players some time to set up down on the stage, get ready, get prepared. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back with Greyhound versus Complexity after the break.